Hello lords and ladies of YouTube, and welcome back to Nightly Gaming's Nightly Gaming, another episode of Hearthstone. So, I know normally Wednesdays I do the Tavern Brawl, but the Tavern Brawl got delayed, so I'm going to go ahead and show you one of my other super fun gimmicky decks that I want to show off. I call it my Deathrattle Rogue. So, this is another one of those decks that really became viable because of a few cards in the League of Explorers, specifically Unearthed Raptor. So, Battle Cry, choose a friendly minion, gain a copy of its Deathrattle effect. So that's great. It's stat efficient, 3-4 for 3, totally great in terms of stats. Not the best, but still really good. Not to mention, I get the Deathrattle effect of whatever's on my board. So do I want to put it onto a Sludge Belcher so I get a 1-2 Slime with Taunt? I could play it with a Karen Bloodhoof, get a 4-5 Blaine Bloodhoof when it dies. I can do all sorts of things with it. I could do it with like Nerubian Egg, so I get a 4 for Nerubian off of it. There's all sorts of great things you can do with it. Combine it with the overall strength of Deathrattle deck in general, along with the removal that you get from a rogue deck, plus gang up, which is nice for a few of the other cards that you don't want to lose in a Deathrattle deck, and it becomes a really good deck. But let me go through the deck build. There is a little annotation if you haven't already seen it to skip to the gameplay section if you don't want to listen to me ramble about it. But here's the deck list. Let me go over it. So I have 2 backstabs. It's just a great card overall. 2 damage, 0 cost. Yes, the minion has to be undamaged, but it's totally worth it. I can use it to either pop Divine Shields if I have nothing more efficient to do so. I can use it to get rid of small minions. I can use it to add that extra 2 damage that I needed to wipe out a big minion, things like that. I only have 1 deadly poison in here because this deck isn't too focused on building up my weapon strength, my daggers, but I do have 1 in there just in case. I have 2 Leper Gnomes, good Deathrattle effect, 1 cost minion, just nice. I have 2 gang ups. That's mostly want to be used on like my Kel'Thuzad, maybe my Baron Rivendare. I've occasionally used it on Unearthed Raptor just so I can have more of those. But gang up is just good in this deck overall because having more of these minions is usually a good thing. I have 1 Blood Mage Thalnos in here, can buff up my backstab, things like that. But also the big part of it is that it gives me a draw, which I don't have much of in this deck. And it's nice if you can get like the double draw off of a Baron Rivendare or something like that. He's pretty easy to get on the board. He doesn't create a whole lot of pressure, and there's probably better things I could put in there, like I don't know. I'm sure there's other things, but I like that extra spell damage just in case. It helps in occasion with backstabs. Draw is nice. Like I said, there could probably be better things I could do, but I've decided to throw him in there anyways. I have 2 Haunted Creepers in the deck. Haunted Creepers are a great card in general. When you get to do the Deathrattle synergies, though, it becomes really strong. I have 2 Nerubian Eggs because I can do things such as backstab it to proc it. I can also, especially if I have like a Baron Rivendare, so I get 2 4/4 Nerubians off it, that's great. I can copy it with my Unearthed Raptor, all sorts of things, so it's just really good. I have 1 Perdition's Blade in here. There's quite a bit of combo ability in this deck because a lot of fairly low cost minions, and that extra 2 damage is nice. Not to mention, you know, it's another weapon that's better than my daggers, so that's always nice. Also, I have 2 Harvest Golems. Once again, another fairly stat efficient card, considering I get the they have to kill it twice basically in order to get rid of it. When you combine that with things like, once again, Baron Rivendare or a Kel'Thuzad, it becomes very annoying. Unearthed Raptor, I kind of already went over. There's lots of Deathrattles, lots of good Deathrattles, so lots of good Deathrattles to copy. I have 2 Tinkerer's Sharp Sword Oil, because that can be a big boost in damage. It's just really good, and I have constant access to weapons anyway, so it's not really a bad thing for me. I do have a Baron Rivendare in here. Deathrattle is triggered twice. Obviously great in a Deathrattle deck where I'm wanting to have things go twice, especially if I can get a Kel'Thuzad on the field also, then it's an automatic like GG for them there. I have 2 Piloted Shredders. Piloted Shredders OP, summons another minion when you kill it. Decent stats, there's no real reason not to. 2 Assassinates because I would rather be able to kill his minions that are big and powerful before they can kill like my Kel'Thuzad or something like that. So if there's something that threatens him, I have to assassinate and get rid of it. I also have 2 Anubisath Sentinels, which are another card from the League of Explorers that are really, really good and have increased the power of Deathrattle decks in general, as well as a ton of other decks. It's just a pretty good card in general. 5, 4, 4. You know, 5 cost for 4/4 stats isn't the best, but when you add in the fact that it gives a random minion on death +3/+3, that basically means you're getting a 5/7/7 in terms of stat efficiency. So just a great card overall. Great with Deathrattles. You know, trigger it twice. That's +6/+6 to things. It's just ridiculous. Sludge Belcher, another great card. Once again, good Deathrattle. The taunt's nice. It's good to have that nice big taunt I can put in front of a Kel'Thuzad or something like that, because then he has to get through the Sludge Belcher and kill the Kel'Thuzad, and then the Sludge Belcher will just keep coming back if he doesn't kill the Kel'Thuzad. Karen Bloodhoof's another good Deathrattle card in my opinion. 7 a 4/5 Bane Bloodhoof. 6/4/5 stat line isn't the best. 4/5 and for 6 mana is not super great, but it still can be really good in a Deathrattle deck. And it's a sticky, irritating minion. Kel'Thuzad. A lot of people argue that Kel'Thuzad's mostly just a win harder deck, but I actually don't see it as a win harder card. What I see it is when you put Kel'Thuzad, if you're even or you have any kind of taunt, you win the game basically. And it's done. It's just done. They cannot deal with it. So Kel'Thuzad is really good in this deck, especially when you combo with things like Sludge Belcher. It just becomes an absolute nightmare for them, and it usually ends games just whenever I play it. But yeah, so that's my Deathrattle deck, my Deathrattle Rogue deck. With that, I'm going to go ahead and hop into a few games and show you guys how it works. Okay, Warlock. That's not too bad for me. So I am playing ranked again. No, I'm still pretty low. I didn't play anything since yesterday when I did the Battlecry Shaman. Okay, having a Kel'Thuzad in my hand isn't exactly ideal. It means I'm going to get to play him whenever I want to on curve, but it's not exactly the best card to have in your hand early on, just because of the high cost of it. That is one thing I've noticed with this deck, is I might have the cost curve be a little too high. I'm not 100% sure. Let's go ahead and
here we go.
I don't need him establishing anything on the board, especially with my relatively poor showing so far. I am going to get my Harvest Golem out next turn though, which will be nice. Coin, is he going to do another one? Oh, he's going to do Flame. Okay. So that's actually good for me. I can trade my Harvest Golem and then still establish control. So that's nice. The question is, do I keep... So I don't have anything else to combo with that as of right now. So I could always put up my other dagger. But that might have been a mistake, but it's fine. Usually you want to save the charge on weapons just in case, but I can summon more daggers, and realistically I don't have anything to combo with next turn anyways. Okay. So he used a Shadow Bolt for that. I don't think that was quite worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and trade that in. And I could put on another dagger, but I actually kind of want to do double Haunted Creatures instead. I feel like that's gonna be more efficient. That's gonna give me a lot of board pressure. I have quite a few sticky minions there. So what's really great about Deathrattle decks, in my opinion, is just how sticky they are on the board. It's really hard for them to get rid of my board, and if they do, it's going to be all sorts of negative consequences for them usually, which is just kind of nice. Go ahead and summon my Anubis. Plays anything big, he's going to have to deal. I'm going to basically just trade my Anubis into it. He's going to have to deal with a big Haunted Creeper. It's just going to be all sorts of irritating for him. Ooh, he lost my Terror. That's kind of bad for him. All of that is mildly annoying. Okay. I would like to be able to combo the Perdition's Blade, but to do that I'd have to use my Gang Up. I mean, I guess I could use Gang Up on Anubiseth, Or, I mean, Haunted Creeper might be the better option, because Anubiseth is a good card, but he's kind of expensive. I think I'd probably prefer to do it on the Haunted Creeper. Either that, or I could assassinate one of them. I'd rather save the assassinate for something bigger. I mean, even if I don't combo with this, it won't be the end of the world. Okay, now, well, I'm gonna fill my deck with some Haunted Creepers. Do damage to that, I guess. We'll hit that. And then I'll hold on to that, though. I'm gonna hold on to those charges. Because that's higher value than just my regular dagger, so no reason just throwing it out. See, that's what's nice about the Anubiseth is I was able to trade efficiently and get a Haunted Creeper that's super ridiculously strong. Is he gonna Dark Bomb now? Yeah, okay. So I still got to do the 3 extra damage to face, which is nice, and he had to waste a bunch of clear on that. This isn't exactly the best hand at the moment. That hang up is useless with this current field. We'll go ahead and use 1 charge of that, because I'm just gonna kind of rush him down. He's not establishing any kind of board presence right now, so there's no reason for me not to just try to rush him down. He's already fairly low.
I see everything.
Okay, Floating Watcher. Interesting. Considering I have 2 assassinates, I'm going to go ahead and use 1. And I'm just going to keep rushing face. I could have put Kel'Thuzad out this turn,
Here we go.
but I don't want to risk him being able to kill it. I'd rather actually wait. I don't have anything really good on my board to save at the moment. Like, if he kills these, it's not the end of the world to me. Not to mention, actually, them being on my board and then not dying is actually kind of annoying. I'd rather save Kel'Thuzad for like a turn 10 where I can use Gang Up on him and get multiple copies of him. I'm guaranteed in my deck, so I get multiple uses. That's a little bit annoying, but he's down to 1 health. My guess is he maybe has Jiraxis.
I can ease your pain.
No? Okay. I don't know. Oh, he's gonna Sacrificial Pact. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll Pyro the Shredder. Attack phase. Let's assassinate so he can't trade into the Pilot Shredder. I think that's probably GG for me. Unless he has some way of clearing that. Which is totally possible. But then I would still have another minion. Yeah, and he's dead still, because he had to do it. Oh, no, he's gonna trade into it. Okay, okay. Touché. Touché. We'll Sludge Belcher. Hit him in the face. Make another dagger. So normally I would like to have a Kel'Thuzad when I Sludge Belcher, but I didn't want to put the Kel'Thuzad out because he'd only have to do 3 additional damage on top of the Doom Guard trade in order to kill him. Yep, alright.
Well played.
Yep, so that seems like it's GG. He just had to kill himself to get Inferno. That's nice. Alright, so that was fun. Let's go ahead and hop into one more, see how I do. Alright. But yeah, no, I really enjoy a lot of the decks I've been coming up with since the League of Explorers. A lot of potentially really good decks, I think. Both Battlecry and Deathrattle focused. Because there were some really good Deathrattles added in, and there's a lot of good Battlecry combos put in. I think Battlecry was like a big focus of this one, with Bran Bronzebeard and like things like Rumbling Elemental and all those kinds of things. Ooh. Let's see. This is actually a hard hand to decide. So, do I keep... Sludge Belcher's a little high, but I think I can keep it. Same with Baron Rivendare. Do I keep both Leopard Gnomes, or do I put one away? I'll keep both. I'll see what I can get. So I'm hoping I get something good for turn 3. Because I can turn 1, turn 2... Well, okay. Well, so this is a guaranteed turn 1. I mean, I could coin turn 3 Baron Rivendare, but I don't know. I don't feel like that's super worth it. Why would he do that? He didn't get any use out of that, and he could have just traded the shapeshift into that.
Give me a big hug!
That seems odd. I don't know why he would do that.
Here we go.
Huh. That was very strange. I'm trying to figure out like what the thinking behind that was. I have no idea what he was trying to do there. I mean, he could have just traded into the Leopard Gnome. Yeah, he would have gotten 4 damage to face instead, which would be mildly annoying, but
Another night on the prowl.
doesn't seem worth it to me. Especially if he had that. I mean, he could have... That makes 0 sense to me. So now the question becomes, do I coin Piloted Shredder? Because he could just trade that into Piloted Shredder.
Here we go.
So I'm definitely going to kill that. I could also coin Baron Rivendare, and he wouldn't be able to kill that necessarily, but he'd probably just kill it next turn. Or do I... Daggers Leopard Gnome. I could dagger Leopard Gnome. He'd probably just trade that into Leopard Gnome, which would be fine. Because I don't think he's going to use that to clear it. And if he decides not to clear my Leopard Gnome, then I can kill that with the Leopard Gnome. Yeah, okay. I think that's an okay turn to go with. Okay, so now he's summoned a Pilot Shredder. Oh, he's just going face. He's just gonna try to rush me down, apparently. I think that's kind of silly, but to each their own, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and second him, so I can get that extra damage.
Here we go.
So if he had extra 3 damage, then he can kill the Baron Rivendare, which Baron Rivendare is nice in this deck, and it really can make a lot of them really super effective. But it's not the key to this deck. And that's actually pretty nice, him having to waste a swipe on that. Now the question becomes, though, what do I play now? So I definitely don't play Anubisath. That'd be silly. I think I Harvest Golem.
Here we go.
Harvest Golem, in face, rebuild Dagger. Okay, I think that's worth. I think that's a good turn, because I don't want him to be able to trade into another one of the Piloted Shredders. I don't want him to be able to pop my Sludge Belcher. So,
Where shall I strike?
he's just rushing my face down. Is this like a face druid? This is very confusing. So let's pop that so gets off of it. That's kind of annoying, but I can get rid of that. I mean, I guess we just put up the taunt. I could coin Nerubian Egg here. but I don't. I think I'll just save onto my points. You know, there's no point in just throwing cards out if I can't really do anything with them. Okay. If he's trying to like burst me down, then that was kind of a mistake on his part. Oh well. Yeah, let's double treasure this turn.
Here we
Nice. I mean, he's got me down fairly low, but I mean, if he plays anything big at this point, I'll just assassinate it, and I mean, I have quite a bit of board control at this point. So he's just been kind of playing poorly, in my opinion. Okay, so there's a Fell Reaver. So what do I want to do here? I want to try to mill him some. Let's play the Nerubian Egg. Get rid of some of his cards. There's another Fell Reaver gone. So I could backstab something to make him lose some more, but I don't think that's worth it. So let's just assassinate that.
My thanks to you.
So what, he is thanking me for wasting the assassinates or
Another
something?
night on the prowl.
What is he trying to do? Why is he thanking me? Okay. I guess he's just gonna try to rush me down. I mean, he can kill me next turn. That's unfortunate, but okay. Let's see, is there anything I can do? So I can deal 2 damage. Plus, so I can do 4. I can't quite do enough. I can almost do enough. I can't quite do enough. I would like it if I could
can't
hit
target
that, but I
stealth
can't.
minions.
Alright, so let's see what we get off of
I
this.
can't do that.
Oh wait, I can't because he's damaged.
Here we go.
Ah!
That's not a valid target.
Whatever, I lose anyways. Why not?
Well played.
Well played.
Well played.
Well played. That's unfortunate. He was able to rush us down just fast enough. Oh well. Anyways, so that's the Deathrattle Rogue. Yeah, the one problem with it is I guess it doesn't have a lot of ways of dealing with any kind of a rush deck, apparently. Actually, the first time I've had to deal with a rush deck with this deck. I still almost beat it out, and it's a very weird rush deck, I guess. Face Druid. Anyways, so that's the Deathrattle deck. Let me know what you guys think I could do to improve the deck, or if the deck is already good, or if it's terrible. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button. If you want to see all my previous videos, you can check out my channel, watch all my other Hearthstone videos, which I do every Tuesday and Wednesday, as well as all my other videos. And if you want to see my future videos, then you can click that nice subscribe button, always appreciated, and you can see my beautiful face whenever I put new things out. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.